I've covered a lot of old, goofy video games on this channel. I mean, it's kind of one of my favorite genres. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I have yet to cover an old, goofy game that's a Dreamcast exclusive. I'm about to change that today, though, because I've discovered an insane Dreamcast game that I have to tell you all about. It's called Blue Stinger. It's filled with insane plot points like sentient meteorites and aliens possessing figurines. It has unhinged characters, and it also has my personal favorite part of any old video game: awkward voice acting.
Where are your parents?
I don't know.
Let me look around. Stay here with Gailey.
You're good looking. I'll give you a Christmas present. It's Christmas Eve!
And honestly, I can't give you much more of a synopsis than that without getting into all of the crazy details of this game. The big reveal of this game is so out there that it took me several days to fully process what it even meant. So get ready to head to Dinosaur Island, because yes, that is where this game takes place, and experience the hilarious yet extremely entertaining story of Blue Stinger. But first, the disclaimer. Please do not take this video as a serious review. I just like to talk about games that I find silly. This video is going to be a retelling of the story while I attempt to be funny along the way. I do not focus on gameplay in these videos, but instead the story, as that is what I find most interesting. So if you're looking for someone to talk about the gameplay, this is not the video for you. Also, please do not take this video as me hating on the game. I genuinely love these old goofy games, okay? We're just here to have some fun. Alright, disclaimer over. Let's get into Blue Stinger. The game begins by telling us that in the year 2000, an earthquake sank the Yucatan Peninsula, leaving behind only one small island. It turns out the area of land lost is the same size as the meteor that caused the extinction of the dinosaurs, so they decided to name the island Dinosaur Island. Then, a biotech corporation called Chimera built a research community on the island. Alright, are you keeping up with me so far? They really give you a lot of information right off the bat. It's now 2018, and we meet our main character, Elliot. He's an emergency sea evacuation and rescue member, but right now he's on vacation in a boat just outside Dinosaur Island with his friend Tim. They have a conversation, but I couldn't tell you what it's about because I can barely hear them over the background music.
This is a pretty fancy boat for just a crew member.
Sorry, Elliot, I got none of that.
A Nephrim. It's a character from the Bottled Angel series. An angel of good luck. It's a limited edition.
Yeah, that thing will be important later. Suddenly, a meteorite crashes into Dinosaur Island, and Tim gets hit with this awesome fisheye effect. A barrier forms around the island. Elliot makes it inside the barrier, but Tim, who's left outside, is frozen. However, his good luck charm, Nephilim, made it inside the barrier and she comes to life. Now, Nephilim to me was giving anime girl figure, come to life, and she's your cutesy sidekick that aids you on your journey. So I was really caught off guard when it turns out that she's actually a silent, alien-like creature who occasionally shows up to give the main characters visions of a meteorite crashing into Earth and a gross monster. Elliot makes it onto the island, but there seems to be someone watching him. That is such a foreboding introduction for a character who constantly says stuff like this.
I'm gonna take a bath. Nothing's gonna stop me.
What you'll do if the monster attacks you while you're butt naked?
I'll fight back butt naked. Stop whining. Let's jump in the tub.
We'll get more into that later, though. Elliot traverses further onto the island until he runs into some scary mutated monsters. Oh no! But honestly, they kind of suck at hurting him. Like, they're often more interested in walking in a circle than attacking him.
That was close.
Okay, so this is Dogs. He was a captain for a Chimera supply ship. He's also the best character in the game because he's just always saying stuff like this.
Ready to pay off your debt? Dang, he's alive. I was hoping you'd be dead so that I'd be debt-free.
Dogs wants to work with Elliot to figure out what's happening on Dinosaur Island. So from here on out, you have the ability to switch between the characters and play as either one of them. You play as Elliot if you want to feel like a cool protagonist. And you play as Dogs if you want to have a fun time because he is just constantly making the funniest noises.
Gotcha!
Moving on, they meet a member of the security team named Janine, who contacts them via radio and helps them on their journey. Elliot immediately falls in love with her.
I knew it. She's perfect. She's my kind of girl.
They meet up with Janine in person, and from here on, the game is mostly just Janine sending the boys out to find different security keys and passwords so that she can uncover more information about what's going on. On your adventure, you fight a lot of monsters and listen to some pretty iconic dialogue from all the characters.
Got it, sugar. I've got a present for you.
Hey, since when have you two gotten so close?
Women love a guy who'll risk his life for adventure.
I wonder.
In addition to that, this game takes place on Christmas, so you spend a lot of time listening to this cheery background music. There really is nothing like killing monsters on Christmas morning. Anyway, eventually we get this reveal. What? What does this mean? Dogs, do you have anything to say about this?
What a bitch.
I think she's cute.
He has such a way with words. After that, Dogs insists that he and Elliot have some bro bonding time in the bathtub.
Hey, in the tub we go. Taking a bath in the middle of a battlefield. That cool.
Well, I guess.
Then Elliot accidentally ingests some monster goop during a fight and starts to turn into one of them. And there's this whole side plot where they have to find a serum to cure him or else Dogs is gonna have to mercy kill him. But this is all very hard to take seriously when Dogs is dressed as Santa.
I've got to find the right medicine. If not, I may have to finish him off myself.
You see, they were entering a lab, so they planned to change it to some protective gear, but there wasn't any in Dog's size, so he had to wear the Santa suit instead. In the end, they cure Elliot and meet back up with Janine. By this point, they've been able to collect enough information to figure out what's really going on. It turns out that the island is on top of the meteorite that killed the dinosaurs, and the meteorite is actually the egg of an alien creature called the Dinocyte. The earthquake that sank the Yucatan Peninsula was the egg trying to hatch. And Nephilim is actually the meteorite who just crashed into the island, and she's trying to stop the Dinocyte. But she was blocked on her way down, so she possessed Tim's good luck charm to get Elliot to help her. Okay, was I the only one that struggled to understand this? I had to go read multiple summaries of this game just to understand that because the way the game was explaining it to me was just not computing in my brain. Like, it was just confusing. I don't know, maybe I'm just dumb. But these meteorites having souls and possessing good luck charms to kill an alien that killed the dinosaurs was a lot for me to process. Janine wants the boys to grab a rifle from her house because she needs it to help Nephilim. Inside, they find something shocking.
My ex-wife,
Then the baby is?
Janine, my daughter.
Okay, so that's why she had the picture. That makes a lot more sense.
Why did you get a divorce?
I forgot what it was all about.
How do you forget? You know what, whatever, I'm sorry. This is your emotional moment, Dogs. Continue.
Look, kid, keep your hands off that girl.
Don't try to run my life, Dogs.
So from here on out, Dogs is really protective of Janine and is always talking very highly of her, and the two have a heartfelt reunion. But I just cannot stop thinking about how this is what he had to say about her just a few hours ago.
What a bitch.
Anyway, Janine uses the rifle they brought her to shoot open the barriers Nephilim couldn't get through. Nephilim returns to her original body and turns into this big alien monster to fight the Dinocyte. Meanwhile, a random clone of the Dinocyte breaks out of the Kimura lab, and the boys have to take it down. They both succeed, and Nephilim takes off into the sky. The incident is over, and our trio has survived. Oh, yeah, and Tim's okay too. I know you were all probably very concerned about him. Then the game ends with this scene. This makes it seem like they wanted to make a sequel, but that never happened. Actually, the studio behind this game instead went on to make Illbleed, which is another iconic yet unhinged game that I've covered on this channel. This is actually really funny to me because throughout this whole game, I kept thinking to myself, this reminds me so much of Illbleed, and now I know why. But yeah, that does it for Blue Stinger, a game filled with silly characters, insane, hard to understand plot points, hilarious dialogue, and most importantly, dogs. I really was not expecting this game to have aliens possessing meteorites, but that's the kind of goofy stuff that I love so much in these old games. Bring back unhinged plot points like this in games, I need them. Have any of you heard of Blue Stinger before? Let me know in the comments below. Also let me know if there are other games or media that you want me to make a video on. Also, if you are watching this video as it comes out, I wanted to let you know that I normally try to post one of these videos every other Friday. However, the beginning of May is going to be really busy for me, so I'm gonna need an extra week before my next one. There's just no way that I'm going to have time to make a good, not rushed video, so my next Friday variety video, I guess you could call it, will be out May 23rd. We'll be back to our usual schedule after that then. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe to see more content from me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!